The urban legend of the clown statue is a chilling tale that has circulated for decades, causing fear and unease among those who hear it. While there are various versions of the story, the core narrative remains relatively consistent. Please note that as an urban legend, the following history is based on the evolution of the story as it spread through oral tradition and online sources, and there is no verifiable historical origin for the legend. The story typically begins with a young couple or a family who move into a new home or an old house with a mysterious past. As they settle in, they discover a creepy-looking clown statue that stands prominently in one of the rooms. The statue is often described as lifelike and unsettling, with a sinister grin on its face. Initially, the family members may find the clown statue disturbing, but they try to ignore it, believing it's merely a part of the house's eccentric decor or a harmless oddity left behind by the previous owners. However, as the days go by, strange things begin to happen. Objects go missing or move inexplicably, and eerie sounds are heard during the night. As the tension builds, the family may decide to investigate further. One version of the story involves the parents calling a friend or an expert to come over and inspect the clown statue, hoping to find some explanation for the unsettling occurrences. In some variations, the friend or expert, after careful examination, reveals the disturbing truth. The clown statue is not a statue at all, but a real person, a malevolent intruder who has been living in the house, secretly observing the family. Alternatively, in some versions, it is the children who discover the truth. They might have had unsettling encounters with the clown or witnessed it moving when they thought nobody was around. Eventually, the children bravely investigate and unveil the horrifying reality. The story often ends with the family confronting the intruder, leading to a chilling and dangerous confrontation. Sometimes, they manage to escape unharmed, while in other versions, a tragic and terrifying fate befalls one or more family members. Like many urban legends, the clown statue tale has likely evolved and adapted over time, as it was passed on through various mediums such as word of mouth, written accounts, and, later, internet forums and social media. The fear of creepy clowns and the uncanny valley effect, where humanoid objects appear almost but not entirely human, likely played a role in the story's resonance and continued popularity. The clown statue story is just one of many urban legends that continue to capture people's imaginations and be shared as cautionary tales of the unknown and the eerie. The urban legend of the licked hand is a chilling tale that has been passed down through generations, warning people of the dangers lurking in the dark. The legend has several variations, but the core story remains the same. In a small town, much like any other, there lived a young woman named Sarah. She lived alone with her loyal dog, Max, in a quaint little house on the outskirts of town. Max was a large and protective German shepherd who would faithfully stay by Sarah's side day and night. One stormy night, Sarah heard about a dangerous convict who had escaped from the nearby prison. Fearful for her safety, she decided to lock all the doors and windows before going to bed, feeling somewhat reassured by Max's presence. As the night wore on, Sarah heard strange noises coming from downstairs. Frightened, she reached her hand down from her bed to the floor, hoping Max would lick her hand, reassuring her that everything was fine. The familiar, comforting sensation of Max's warm, wet tongue on her hand would always calm her nerve. After a few moments, she felt the gentle licking and felt relieved, believing that Max was still there and protecting her. The next morning, when Sarah woke up, she found Max's lifeless body hanging from the ceiling fan. Terrified and heartbroken, she screamed and called the police. The police investigated the scene and discovered a chilling message scrawled on the bathroom mirror in what appeared to be Max's blood. Humans can lick too. The origins of the licked hand legend are somewhat unclear, as urban legends tend to evolve and spread through oral storytelling, making it difficult to pinpoint a specific origin. However, the story bears similarities to other urban legends and horror tales involving the hook-handed killer and the call coming from inside the house scenarios. The legend is a cautionary tale that preys on our natural fears of the unknown, the dark, and the potential threats that may be lurking in the shadows. The legend of the ghostly hitchhiker is a classic urban tale that has been passed down through generations, with numerous variations and retellings. While there are several versions of this legend, a common thread revolves around a mysterious hitchhiker who appears to unsuspecting drivers on lonely roads or highways, only to vanish without a trace before reaching their destination. The origins of the ghostly hitchhiker legend are difficult to trace definitively, as it has taken on different forms in various cultures around the world. However, one of the earliest known versions can be traced back to the early 20th century in the United States. One of the most well-known versions of the ghostly hitchhiker story involves a young woman. The tale goes like this. In the 1930s, during the Great Depression, a young woman was waiting for her lover to return home from a long journey. They had planned to elope and start a new life together. However, he never arrived, and the woman grew increasingly anxious as the hours passed. Desperate to find him, she decided to go out and search for him. She stood on the side of a desolate road, hoping to hitch a ride from a passing car to cover more ground. Eventually, a sympathetic driver stopped to offer her a lift. The woman got into the car and provided directions to her lover's destination. As they drove along, she appeared distressed, and the driver tried to comfort her, promising to do everything in his power to help her find her love. Upon reaching the location she had specified, the driver turned to the woman to see if she was okay, only to find that she had vanished from the back seat. Puzzled and frightened, the driver made inquiries about the woman in the area and discovered that she was no longer among the living. Her spirit was said to have been hitchhiking along the road, eternally searching for her lost love. As the story of the ghostly hitchhiker spread, different variations emerged, involving male hitchhikers or those who had died tragically on the road. In some versions, the hitchhiker leaves a personal item behind, which the driver returns to the grieving family, confirming the otherworldly encounter. The legend of the ghostly hitchhiker has been adapted and retold countless times, becoming part of modern folklore. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, this chilling urban legend continues to captivate the imaginations of people around the world. Thank you for watching. Subscribe so you don't miss future content on the dark and mysterious. Until next time, stay curious.